Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Science Made Easy. Today we are going to discuss about one of the most important organs of the entire human body that pumps blood, heart. Position of the heart. It is present between the lungs in thoracic cavity, slightly left to the sternum. Sternum is the breastbone. The origin of the heart is from mesoderm. The size of the heart is about the size of the clenched fist. Function of the heart. The primary function of the heart is to pump blood. This blood flows throughout the body by carrying oxygen, hormones, glucose, and others to different tissues and organs. Heart also ensures in maintaining adequate blood pressure in the body. Let us learn about the structure of the heart. External structure of the heart. The heart is situated to the left of the chest and is enclosed in a fluid-filled cavity called as pericardial cavity. The walls and linings of this pericardial cavity are made up of a membrane called as pericardium. The pericardium is a fiber membrane. It forms the external covering of the heart. It produces a serous fluid which helps in lubrication of the heart, and it also prevents friction between surrounding organs. Apart from these functions, it helps in holding the heart in position. The pericardium is made up of two layers, visceral layer and parietal layer. The visceral layer forms the direct covering outside the heart, and the parietal layer forms a sac around the outer region of the heart which contains the fluid in the pericardial cavity. The heart wall. The wall of the heart is made up of three layers, epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. Epicardium is the outermost layer, myocardium is below the epicardium, and endocardium is below the myocardium. Epicardium helps in lubrication and protects the outer section of the heart. Myocardium is responsible for the pumping action of the heart. Endocardium prevents the blood from sticking to the inner walls of the heart and prevents fatal blood clots. If you see this image, the arrows are showing different external structures of the heart. Firstly, the pericardium forms the entire outer covering of the heart. If you take a section of this heart wall, the pericardium or the parietal layer is the outer layer, below that is the pericardial fluid, and below that is the heart wall consisting of epicardium, myocardium and endocardium towards the inside, that is endocardium is the innermost layer. Internal structure of the heart. Chambers of the heart. The heart has four chambers, two atria and two ventricles. Atria are the two upper and smaller chambers. They have less muscular walls. Because of the main function they carry is to receive blood. They are fed by large veins through which they receive blood. Ventricles are the two lower and larger chambers. They have more muscular walls because their main function is to pump blood. They are connected to large arteries through which they supply blood. If you see this image, the blue portion forms the right heart and the red portion forms the left heart. In the blue portion, the upper one is the right atrium and the lower one is the right ventricle. And in the red portion, the upper one is the left atrium and the lower one is the left ventricle. If you compare the right heart and left heart, the right heart is comparatively smaller and has fewer muscles compared to the left heart. The reason behind this is the right heart receives the blood from lungs and pumps the blood to the lungs, whereas the left heart receives the blood from the lungs and pumps the blood to the rest of the body. This is the reason why the left heart is comparatively bigger and has more muscles than the right one, because it needs to pump blood to the rest of the body. And the right heart deals with deoxygenated blood and the left heart deals with oxygenated blood. The chambers of the heart are separated by different septa. The two atria are separated by interarterial septa, which is thin and muscular. The two ventricles are separated by interventricular septa, which is thick and muscular. The atria and ventricle on each side are separated by atrioventricular septum, which is thick and fibrous. The valves of the heart. They are the flaps of fibrous tissue located in the chambers of the heart. They are of two types, atrioventricular valves and semilunar valves. The atrioventricular valves are located between the atria and the ventricles. These are again of two types. The tricuspid valve is made up of three cusps or three flaps or three leaflets. This is located between right atria and right ventricle, and the bicuspid valve is the second type, which is also called as mitral valve. It is present between left atria and left ventricle. It is made up of two cusps or two flaps or two leaflets. Semilunar valves. One of it is located between the left ventricle and the aorta, and the other is found between the pulmonary artery and the right ventricle. These valves allow the blood flow only in one direction, that is, the atrioventricular valves allow the blood flow only from the atria to the ventricles, and the semilunar valves allow the blood flow only from the ventricles to the aorta or pulmonary artery. Blood vessels. These are the structures through which the blood flow occurs. They comprise of veins, capillaries, and arteries. The veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart through inferior and superior vena cava. The capillaries are the tiny tube-like vessels which form a network between arteries and veins. The arteries supply oxygenated blood away from the heart to different body parts. And also remember that arteries carry blood away from the heart and veins carry blood towards the heart. Now let us see the network of blood vessels. The superior and inferior vena cava as marked, they bring the deoxygenated blood to the heart, and the aorta supplies the oxygenated blood to the different body parts. Now the pulmonary arteries and veins. The right ones are called as right pulmonary arteries and right pulmonary veins, and the left ones are called as left pulmonary arteries and the left pulmonary veins. Just now I said that the arteries deal with oxygenated blood and veins deal with deoxygenated blood. An exemption arises here in the case of pulmonary arteries and veins. The pulmonary arteries deal with deoxygenated blood, whereas the pulmonary veins deal with oxygenated blood. This is about the structure of the heart. In the next video, we shall see the functioning of the heart and different types of circulation. For now, thank you for watching the video. Subscribe and keep supporting Science Made Easy for more such videos. If you have any suggestions for the next video, let me know in the comment section.